Jehovah likened this capital of Judah to a woman clothed with costly garments, richly ornamented and bejeweled. Her loss of spirituality and her spiritual prostitution with the nations led to her being stripped of her adornments and left as if naked. S16. 10-39 Such stripping came not only in a spiritual way, but also literally, as her greedy conquerors took the city's wealth, including the bangles, headbands, moon-shaped ornaments, eardrops, bracelets, veils, headdresses, step chains, breastbands, houses of the soul, probably o textoi acute muritra longo. Ostrich represent divine blessing and favor, but, rather, her own pretenses and the benefits her harlot-like course pays her in the way of power and wealth. Re 17. 3-5, 16. 18. 7-20. See anklet. Beads. Bracelet. Brooch. Earring. Jewels and precious stones. Necklace. Nose ring. Ring. Ornan. A Jebusite from whom David bought the threshing floor that later became the site for the temple. 1ch21. 18-28. 2ch3. One Ornan is also called Orona. See Orona. Orpah. The Moabite wife of Chilion, and like Ruth, a daughter-in-law of Naomi. Compare 1. 3-5 with 4. 10. After the husbands of all three died, the childless widows, Naomi, Orpah, and Ruth, began the journey from Moab to Bethlehem. At a certain point Naomi urged her two daughters-in-law to go back to their mothers' homes and marry in Moab, but they both kept saying to Naomi, "No, but with you we shall return to your people." Orpah had dealt kindly with her mother-in-law, for whom she evidently felt considerable affection. Ru 1. 8-10 Her inclination to continue on with Naomi may have been in part the result of having enjoyed life in an Israelite family. But Naomi now stressed the strong probability that for these two Moabite widows to continue with her might mean a life of widowhood in Judah, inasmuch as Naomi had little hope of remarrying so as to bring forth sons, and even should this happen, she was sure that Orpah and Ruth would not want to wait until such sons matured so that they might perform their Berit marriage toward these Moabite widows. Orpah's affection and appreciation were not enough to keep her going along in the face of such a possible future, and after much weeping, she bade farewell to Naomi and Ruth and returned to her people and her gods. Ru 1. 3-15. Orphan. See fatherless boy. Osprey Heb. Perez. One of the flying creatures decreed as unclean and not to be eaten, according to the law covenant. La 11. 13. La 14. 12 Its Hebrew name Perez literally means the breaker. Understanding this to refer to the breaking of bones by bird of prey, the King James Version renders Perez as ossifrage, a name derived from Latin and meaning bone breaker. Others understand the Hebrew name to indicate a bird tearing its prey apart, and hence not necessarily denoting a breaker of bones. The osprey Pandion Halidiaris appears to be related to the hawk, but with certain distinct features, including feet with some similarity to those of the owl. The osprey's head and beak resemble those of the hawk. The body and wings are dark brown above and the underparts are white with streaks of brown. Measuring about 65 centimeters 26 inches in length, it has a wingspan of nearly 1.8 meters 6 feet. The osprey is found throughout the world, living near large bodies of water, where it feeds on fish that swim near the surface. The bird glides almost effortlessly above the water, wheeling gracefully and hovering until it locates its prey. Then it plunges swiftly downward, striking the water forcefully feet first, at times disappearing beneath the surface. It is admirably equipped for this type of attack, having dense compact plumage on its underparts to withstand some of the impact of hitting the water, and long, curved, very sharp claws that extend out from rough toes, enabling the bird to get a firm grip on its slippery prey. Observers say that in flying with the fish to shore to devour it, the osprey always grips the fish so that its head faces forward, thereby reducing air resistance. The osprey is fairly common on the coast and islands of southern Sinai. Other suggestions for the bird designated by the Hebrew Perez include the sea eagle Halidiaris albiacilla, distinct from the osprey, and the Lammergiagibetus barbatus, a vulture known to carry bones and tortoises to some height and then drop them on rocks in order to break them open. Ostrich Heb. Bathhay Anna. Rena middle. Nim plural. The first of these are textoi acute miritra longo. Ostrich 562 as a horse, mournful cry which has been likened to the roaring of a lion. The Smithsonian Series, 1944, Volume 9, p. 105. Compare Mic 1. 8. The ostrich Struthiocamelus is the largest living bird known, at times standing over 2 meters 7 feet high at the crown of the head and weighing as much as 140 kilograms 300 pounds. The head is rather small and flat with very large eyes, the flexible neck is about 1 meter 3 feet long, and like the powerful legs, both head and neck are bare of feathers. The body plumage, however, is luxuriant, the long soft wing and tail plumes being much prized in ancient and modern times. The sleek black and white plumage of the male contrasts with the dull grayish-brown color of the female. The ostrich is unique among all birds in having but 2 toes on each foot, one of them equipped with a claw-like hoof that becomes a dangerous weapon when the bird is forced to defend itself. Its height and